Right, good morning to my wonderful Year 2 A-Level Law students. Today is Thursday, April the 13th. I hope you're all having a fantastic Easter break. Don't forget, keep revising as hard as you can. We've only got a few weeks before we start the exams after we return on the 17th of April. The topic for today is the case of Rylands and Fletcher, or the tort in Rylands and Fletcher. So a quick reminder about Rylands and Fletcher: it's a strict liability tort, which simply means that the claimant would not have to show fault on the part of the defendant. Once there's damage or loss caused to the claimant, under Rylands and Fletcher, the claimant, so long as they can prove all the elements, is able to claim some form of remedy. Right, so what is the tort under Rylands and Fletcher? It's simply where the defendant accumulates on their land something considered to be unnatural, which has the potential to escape. And when it escapes, it does in fact cause damage or mischief to another party. So if you are to successfully prove the tort under Rylands and Fletcher, I think the key point is you must prove that the defendant accumulated something unnatural. So that could be as simple as, in a residential area, the defendant having 20 cows in their garden. It's unnatural because you wouldn't expect to find in a neighborhood somebody having that number of cows on their property. So it could be anything. In Rylands and Fletcher was to do with keeping large amounts of water, which then did escape and cause damage to the claimant's property. So that's the first point. The claimant must show that the defendant accumulated an unnatural thing on their land. The other thing is that there has to be evidence that the thing has the potential to escape, and in fact it did escape. So that's the second point. And then finally, you have to prove that there was a direct link between the escape of the unnatural thing and loss or damage to the claimant. Now, the defendant must have an interest in land, and that's quite important to prove. This does not necessarily apply to the claimant. Don't forget to remember all your cases that go with Rylands and Fletcher. Now, the other thing to remember is that there are potential defences available to the defendant. So the first defence may be the act of a stranger. So again, have a look at the cases that go with that. The second possible defence could be an act of God, where something unforeseen causes an unnatural thing to escape, and then that causes damage to the claimant's property. Right. Another defence might be consent given by the claimant. And in addition to that, a fourth defence could be contributory negligence, where the claimant themselves have contributed towards the unnatural thing escaping and causing damage to property. Statutory authority may be a defence as well. So I think the key point to remember is that under Rylands and Fletcher, apart from identifying the key elements, and if I quickly repeat those, the accumulation of an unnatural thing on the defendant's land, the defendant has an interest in land, that thing has the potential to escape, and it does in fact escape and causes damage to the claimant's land or property. So yes, do remember all those 3 points, or the key points in proving Rylands and Fletcher. Don't forget the defences as well, and also remember the remedies available to the claimant. So that is in a nutshell, and as you can tell, I'm back home now, so not wandering around facing the hazards of tripping over and so on. But I'm at home now, so absolutely keep revising, work as hard as you can. I do set work on Microsoft Teams every day throughout the holiday, so keep working hard, and I look forward to seeing you all on Monday the 17th of April 2023. Right, have a good morning, and I shall see you hopefully on Friday. Good morning.